Should employees focus on making their managers look good? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan. This is where I share my thoughts, ideas, and commentary on the future of work in 5 minutes or less. Today I wanted to talk about something that I keep hearing quite a bit at different conferences and events that I go to, and that's this idea that the role of an employee is to make their manager look good. But before I get into that, I want to give a big thanks to the folks over at Work Market for underwriting and helping make these series of videos possible. If you get a chance to visit workmarket.com, I would greatly appreciate it, as would they. Now, those of you not familiar with Work Market, they're an emerging vendor in the freelance management system space. And basically what that means is they help organizations and freelancers come together. They're doing some really cool stuff. Check out their site. And we know it's important because as more organizations start to tap into the freelancer economy, we're all starting to have to think differently about how we service, how we innovate, how we come up with products, and how we think about the way that we work. So check out workmarket.com. Again, I will greatly appreciate it, as would they. So big thanks over to Work Market. Now let's get back into the topic that I first mentioned, and that is, should employees make their managers look good? I gotta be honest with you, when I hear this type of stuff, it hurts my inner core. It hurts my soul when I hear that the role of an employee is to make their manager look good. Now, granted, this is very much the traditional mentality that we have about how work gets done, right? I mean, you bring on an employee into your company, and how does that employee move up? Well, they make the manager look good, and as a thank you, the manager sort of promotes you, and it's a bunch of office politics and bureaucracy. And if you were to ask me 15, 20 years ago, is that the role of an employee? I would say, yeah, of course. I mean, everybody knows that. That's why you hire employees. They got to make you look good as the manager. But I think today we're living in a world where that sort of stereotype and mentality is starting to fade away. I mean, it's still very much pervasive in many organizations, but I think it's starting to lose some steam. And I always like to ask people, what if we were to flip that idea on its head? Instead of having employees make the managers look good, what if the role was for managers to make their employees look good? What type of a work environment would that look like? Now, I think personally that it's quite unfortunate, and it's a very sad message to tell employees that your job for the majority of your day, for the majority of your life, is to make somebody else look good. Who's looking out for you? Right? If you're making your manager look good, who's making you look good? Who's looking after you? Who's caring about you? Who's being your coach and your mentor? And so I think that mentality of telling employees that their job is to make their manager look good is what causes this whole disengaged, employees feeling like a cog mentality and stereotype. And we have to stop thinking about that. We absolutely have to get rid of that within our organizations. If anything, we need to flip the idea on its head and say, look, as a manager, your job at this organization is to make your employees look good. Your job is to coach them. It's to mentor them. It's to remove obstacles from their paths so that they can do their jobs better. That's not the role of an employee. That's the role of a manager. That's why they're managers. They're supposed to look after the people that are working with and for them. So, is the role of an employee to make their manager look good? I want to say no, right? I think we should get away. Now, I should preface this. I don't mean to say that, an employee can just go into a company and screw off and do whatever the hell they want and, blah, blah, blah. Of course, an employee still needs to do a good job. They still need to, do good quality work. They still need to be a team player. All that sort of stuff is a given. But their purpose for existence, their purpose for being isn't to make somebody else look good. Their purpose for being there is, they want to be part of your company. They want to experience that organization. They want to be with the people that are there. Right? That's the purpose of an employee, not to make somebody else look good. But the purpose of a manager, I think that's where we're seeing the big shift. The purpose of a manager is to make the employees look good, to coach, to mentor them, to support them, and to help them come up within the ranks. That's how you can tell who a good manager is. So personally, I think we need to get away from that mentality. The role of an employee is not to make the manager look good. The role of a manager is to make the employee look good. Curious to hear what you think. Leave me a comment below. If you want to get more access to these videos, visit thefutureorganization.com. If you want to team up on a series of these videos and help underwrite them and make them possible, you can, of course, email me, jacob@thefutureorganization.com. And you can email me with questions, ideas, thoughts, topics, whatever else that you might want to email me about. And you can find me on Twitter, @JacobM. So I'll see you next time on an episode of The Future in 5. In the meantime, let me know what you think. Should an employee make a manager look good? I'll see you next time. Hey, are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.